What happens when the hands that build, feed, clean, and move America stop moving? When the workers who stitch the nation's fabric together, quietly, skillfully, and tirelessly, suddenly disappear from the fields, the kitchens, the construction sites, and the factories, not because they're lazy, not because they're on strike, but because they're tired. Tired of being hunted in a land they help sustain. For years, the threat of immigration and customs enforcement, IC, has haunted Latino communities across the United States. Their presence seeps into dawn like a chill, their raids sudden and merciless. In strawberry fields outside Oxnard, California, the daily routine of harvest has been shattered by the ever-present fear of ICE. Workers, many undocumented, others with mixed-status families, glance over their shoulders, never certain if today will be the day uniformed agents descend. The Trump administration's crackdown has doubled the number of arrests compared to the previous year, even as the true toll on farm workers remains hidden behind closed doors and anxious whispers. Elderly pickers who have called America home for decades now face the prospect of being uprooted in the blink of an eye. The impact is more than statistics or headlines. It's absenteeism in the fields, fruit left unpicked as fear keeps hands at home. It's mothers and fathers rising before dawn, wondering if their goodbye might be forever. It's children learning to hide when there's a knock at the door. ICE is not just an agency, it's a specter, a shadow moving silently but leaving devastation in its wake. But this time the response was neither panic nor violence. It began as a whisper, an idea shared in break rooms, on group chats, at church gatherings. What if, just for one day, Latinos everywhere simply stopped? What if the lifeblood of America's workforce went silent, not in anger, but in dignity? The call spread quickly, from the strawberry fields of California to the bustling kitchens of New York, from the construction sites in Houston to the hotel hallways in Miami. The word was clear: absent, not gone. Silent, not defeated. And when the day came, an eerie quiet settled over the nation's engine rooms. Farms were left empty, rows of berries overripe under the California sun. Conveyor belts slowed to a crawl in meatpacking plants. Construction cranes stood still, projects delayed as crews failed to report. In restaurants and hotels, managers scrambled to fill shifts, cobbling together skeleton crews, if they could open at all. In a single day, the economic machine began to sputter. Produce spoiled, shipments were canceled, prices ticked upward. Wall Street noticed. Washington grew nervous. The numbers were staggering. In just 24 hours, agriculture lost millions to spoiling crops. Construction ground to a halt in over a dozen major cities, with major projects facing indefinite delays. The hospitality industry, so dependent on Latino labor, struggled to maintain even basic services. The message was clear, and it was impossible to ignore. Without Latino workers, America's heartbeat skips. All the while, ICE continued its campaign. Detention centers filled beyond capacity. Solitary cells housing mothers, fathers, and teenagers ripped from their families. Deportation buses rolled out quietly in the dead of night, carrying away the very people who hours before had made the country run. For every taco eaten in comfort, a mother was deported. For every clean hotel room, a teenager was separated from his father. For every harvest picked under the sun, ICE waited in the shadows. The boycott was more than an economic protest. It was a declaration of humanity. In cities across the country, marches erupted. Workers, families, children, and elders, carrying signs, "We are not your slaves." ICE, dem terror. Sin nosotros, nada. Without us, nothing. This was not just about wages or jobs. It was about dignity, about demanding to be seen as more than statistics or political bargaining chips, about saying, "We are not disposable, we are not criminals, we are America." For too long, Latino labor has been the backbone of the nation. Always present, always vital, yet never truly recognized or respected. And for too long, ICE has been the knife in that backbone, punishing those whose only crime is striving for a better life. Politicians scrambled for talking points, their words betraying their unease. Some decried the boycott as anarchy, a threat to public order. Others hailed it as a revolutionary act, a wake-up call to a nation grown complacent in its dependence on invisible labor. But behind the rhetoric, one truth was clear to all. The country's prosperity is inseparable from the people it tries to push into the shadows. Communities mobilized. In Los Angeles, the Angel City Brigade, the passionate supporters group for the LA Galaxy, chose silence over cheers during a match, protesting the club and its owner, AEG, for their lack of support as ICE raids tore through immigrant neighborhoods. When a fan displayed a banner condemning corporate silence, the club responded not with solidarity, but with an indefinite ban, invoking stadium policy over human decency. The standoff between community activism and corporate interests underscored a growing tension at the heart of American life. Elsewhere, local authorities scrambled to protect the most vulnerable. In Charlotte, North Carolina, the school district moved swiftly to equip its staff with resources, preparing for potential ICE raids that, under new federal policy, could even target schools, once considered sanctuaries. Ishubas, teachers and administrators braced themselves, determined to shield students from the trauma of seeing parents or classmates taken away. In the midst of this reckoning, the Latino community did what it has always done. It endured. Families gathered, lighting candles for absent loved ones. Workers marched side by side with their children and elders, demanding to be seen and heard. Their protest was not with fire or violence, but with silence and absence, the most powerful tools of all. This boycott was not the end. It was a beginning, a warning shot across the bow of a nation that too often takes its most essential workers for granted. It forced a reckoning, a moment to pause and ask, what does America look like without the people it tries so hard to erase? The answer is simple. Without us, there is no America, no harvest, no progress, no future. Just silence, and the echo of all that was lost. Dedicated to the invisible hands, the hunted souls, the silent builders, the people ICE tried to erase. Without us, there is no America. Now that you've heard the story, we want to know what you think. How do you feel about the powerful impact Latino workers have on our society and the challenges they face? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. And if you believe in amplifying these important conversations, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep supporting our channel for more stories that matter. Thank you for being part of this community.